The travel to the island started with getting a glimpse of the life from a hermit, and Neptune started burning. Finally, after a while, the storm was over, but the sky turned into an apocalyptic color.
This is a real story based on fantasy.
Nadine woke up every day in a gorgeous kingdom and enjoyed the wonderful view. Oh, sorry, let's start a little earlier. Unfortunately, they have not been feeling so comfortable in the Red House and therefore searched more. They visited 3 permaculture projects and a yoga finger, but they wanted to relax a bit more before, so they decided to go to the yoga finger kingdom. The queen needed to leave because she was going on a mission far away. She was happy that Nadine were animal lovers and she could leave carefree knowing that they will give love and affection to her cats while she is away. They felt very lucky to be there. Nadine was already fine with the results of her friend's searching campaign, but there was another event that caught her attention. A picnic where you get to know each other in a deeper way. What does that mean? Well, there are unusual questions asked, and I give you some examples where you are more than welcome to answer. The first one is, who was teaching you to go by bike and how was that for you? And the second question, if you would be a simple magical item, what would you be and what would be your magical power? It was the event organized by Corinna and Renato, and Nadine felt quite inspired and excited afterwards. Something made her curious. They told her about a portal that they are creating that brings you to an island in another world. Here you can learn a lot from the different cultures, and with the tools that you are getting bit by bit, you would even be able to make your life here on Earth better and improve it in a playful way. Nadine wanted to know more about it, but Destiny had other plans, because the whole humanity got shocked. Mother Earth gave the punishment to mankind that they need to stay at home. Suddenly the fast-moving life was on hold. The people had now more time and received the opportunity to reflect. This could be, for example, about each one's life, or maybe even about how to treat nature, animals, and each other better. This sounds easier than it actually had been. A lot of people got sick and the feeling of fear was spreading all over the globe. Nadine tried to get as much info as possible at the beginning to understand this very different situation. But they got very insecure and had a lot of worries about their lives and also from their family and friends. Well, they had been locked now in this paradise and could not continue their discovery travel. It was just allowed to leave the kingdom in order to get food. So the plans from Nadine could not be done anymore, and they needed to find out if they could remain in the kingdom, and they found an agreement. Now it was just necessary to deal with the situation in the best way. The 3 cats were very eager to support with that. They decided that from now on they don't just want to be cute and get cuddles from time to time. They really wanted to be there. They also thought it would be a good idea if they make the king, queen, and Nadine laugh. They realized that they can get the full attention when they play around, and that this distract the humans from their worries and fears. The most ambitious one was Arturo. He wanted to show that time is important, and that is why he woke his prodigies early in the morning. He had also a lot to say. On one hand, he was demanding and wanted to motivate the humans with that. On the other hand, he showed that it is important to express yourself and get creative. This is how the interest in many different subjects got activated in Nadine, and they learned a lot of things. They felt like creating something. Nadine, for example, was experimenting with video cutting. She had a lot of fun to transform her adventures in that way and to share it. She enjoyed learning by doing every time. Nadine also was reading a lot, one after the other book. Renato started learning to play harmonica and made everyday exercises. He had joy again to draw and put his fantasy on a piece of paper. So Arturo was very often around and wanted to make sure that the time was used wisely. But it was also important to him that the humans feel safe. He protected them, therefore, so that they can gain back their trust in life. The many cuddling moments were supporting that feeling too. Nadine also wanted to do their part to that and were meditating. Doing a body scan, they connected themselves to their feelings and consciousness. Blackie had a different approach. He thought that the lockdown is something good, as the humans always want to dance at several parties at the same time. They could learn now that it is okay to hide for a while. He had also the opinion that you should see everything with more lightness. Thus he took some time to play with the kingdom inhabitants. Blackie also wanted to show that it is not necessary to always be the good one. It is important to stand up and fight for yourself. And if you tried it, you can realize that the other will still like you. Also, while cuddling, he was very clear in what he wanted and needed. And finally, there was Gustavo. He had a small secret. He was a vampire cat, but a nice one, and he was good in hiding it. Gusti also had totally different ideas. He was demonstrating that you should always take care and be conscious. He was a fan of the small things of life and that you should not have a total full agenda. It is more important to keep your eyes open to don't miss the little wonders and beauties. He showed what does it really mean to enjoy a special aspect of your being very intensely and to really be in the moment. At the end, it was his belief that it is essential to be fit in order to have a good immune system. He inspired Nadine with his acrobatic positions, and they did sport on a regular basis. This really made a lot of fun together and they felt better. Did you know that cats have healing power? They use the energy of their purring to keep the humans healthy. These are our three heroes of this story. But don't think that they are perfect. They also had struggles like jealousy, for example. Nadine also knew how to help themselves and they watched often the live broadcast of sunsets and they enjoyed their creativity to see crazy things in the clouds. As you already realized, Nadine likes to be in touch with amazing people. Now she used the phone and the so-called internet to speak and write with her family and friends. There were more options now to meet digitally, and so Nadine got in touch with Corinna and Arturo. They got to know each other slowly better, and finally they asked Nadine if she would like to come to that island in the other world. From now on, Nadine went every Sunday through the portal and met Corinna, Arturo, and Susanna from Prague there. They reflected together about their weeks and were there for each other. About 3 months were passing where they were just leaving the kingdom to buy food. By the way, they also gave their body a treat, eating good and tasty food. They kind of celebrated it even in the beautiful garden. Nadine were able to enjoy the slower life, but it was anyway a strange feeling to be locked in one place. If they were able to still go on their mission to discover the island and have adventures, you will hear in the next story.